Yo, what's up guys and welcome back to another video. This is part 2 of me trying to turn 40 Indian rupees to 10,000 Indian rupees trading the markets. So in the last video, if you guys saw it, I took 40 rupees to 83 rupees and then I stopped trading, and then morning I entered a trade which I will show you guys in a minute. And yeah, so let's see how this trade goes. Yeah, so as you guys can see here, the account is at 83 rupees, as you can see, and yeah, we have almost 1 USD. And if you go to the order histories and see, you can see this, that I didn't take any other trades. It is yesterday's trade only. You can see it has a cash flow, and it is also the shared link. If you wanna check it out for yourself, you can see we made 120% returns on this trade, which is absolutely insane. Actually it is. So here you can see, yeah, I'm looking at yesterday. We looked at the XRP USD. As you can see here, we took the trade yesterday. So here I exited for almost 1:3, but if I had held the trade, I could have easily gotten a lot more from this. But it is the starting of the account, so I didn't want to let the profits run away. So here, if I trailed my stop loss to these recent lows, as you can see, I would have basically got out this trade on this line. So if you see, that is a 1:6 almost. Another two additional risk factors, which is pretty impressive. But you know what, it is a new challenge and I don't want to let my profits go away, so I have to start locking in profits. So that is what I did, and then here I've drawn another trend line. Over here you can see the price is still above the 200-day moving average, so 200 EMA basically. So I'm gonna be looking for longs when the price breaks this uh, line. So yeah, this is why I drew this line over here. If you can see, the line has four points, one over here, one over here, one over here, and one over here. Now if the price breaks this, I'm going to take a long over here, right? And the other chart I'm going to be looking at is ADA USD. ADA over here, you can see there is the price just broke under the 200-day moving average, as you can see, and we are under the 200-day moving average, so I'm going to be looking for shorts. And here there is a line forming. If you see over here, the line is forming and it has two touch points. Now I'm going to be looking to short over here. If the candle breaks under this line, I'm gonna take my entry right over, say here, over here, yeah, and I'm gonna put my stop loss a few pips, basically 15% above the recent swing, and my take profit is at least gonna be 1:3 minimum. I'm gonna try to ride the trade until this point over here. If you can see, until this point it's a 1:4. I'm gonna try to ride the trade till its last, but I'm gonna start taking off risk as it hits 1:2, 1:3 and stuff. So I'm gonna set 50% of my account and add a stop loss over here. If you can see, for 50% of the account, the stop loss I'm gonna be risking something around 0.19 USD, which is not bad looking at how much I have. I'm working in cents right now, not even in dollars. So yeah, I'm gonna take this short when it breaks this. And over here, Ethereum, if we see, Ethereum is right at the 200-day moving average. I'm going to draw a trend line over here. If this breaks the trend line towards the upside, I'm going to look for buys. And if this forms a trap, and then if it breaks downwards without forming a trap, then I'm going to look for sell after it takes the support off of this trend line. And also, if I draw a new trend line over here, like this, and the candle closes below this trend line from taking support of the previous trend line, then I'm going to look for a sell. That is going to be an A plus setup with this, and the stop loss is going to be the above swing, and the minimum risk of 1:3 minimum risk to reward over here, right? But I'm going to be taking this 1 to 2.5 because this is the recent swing where the price had a large amount of volatility in the markets. So I'm gonna be looking over here, and yeah, so this is where I'm gonna take the trade. Now that looks nice is it's the ADA USD. That is the only trade I'm gonna be interested in. As you can see, the candle is about to break this. So let's see where the candle breaks in the 5 minute. If you can see here, the candle has broken below the trend line, and it is also closing below the trend line, forming a wick. So let's see how this goes. I'm gonna update you guys in another few minutes. So guys, as you can see over here, the price has had a beautiful candle towards the downside over here under the trend line, which is absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna enter the trade right now. Over here, I'm gonna sell. As you can see, I took the sell order right now, and I'm gonna set my tool onto the buy order, so somewhere over here, and my stop loss is gonna be somewhere according to the 15 minute below the recent swing over here somewhere, right? 15% above the recent swing, because that's where I've noticed a lot of trades because out and then go back to profit. So 15% is somewhere over here. I'm gonna draw a line, and then I'm gonna, yeah, so this is gonna be my stop loss. Okay, so I'm gonna add that to the bracket. uh, Let me just add it. Okay, I have to add it over here. So 0.6, yep, 0.19 USD risked, and already the trade is hitting a take profit. Hopefully it does go down and not reverse on me from here. It can even be a trap setup over here. This is going to be my first take profit. Let me just add the text T, TP1, and okay. And then my second take profit is going to be somewhere over here. This is going to be TP2, and my third take profit is going to be the final take profit, where I'm actually going to add my take profit bracket order manually. So yeah, I mean here in the system, and this is going to be my take profit order. So yeah, now let's just set and continue and see what happens to the trade, and I'll update you guys in some time. Trade update, guys. As you can see, first loss of our challenge. This is the second fucking trade, and already we go under a loss, which is fine because it is part of the journey. So what's the reason for this loss? Let's just check. Over here, if we see, we drew a trend line and had a strong bearish engulfing candle, engulfing one, two, almost three candles, which was beautiful. There was a beautiful entry signal over there. It broke our trend line under the beautiful EMA. Fine, everything followed our trading plan. That is fine. But over here, as soon as we entered, the price straight went up, took out our take profit, and now looks like it is gonna start heading down again. Over here, this basically formed a bearish trap, and the price can continue to head higher over here. So that was unfortunate, but we have entered another trade on XRP USD, the trade which got us to 80 rupees yesterday. The same setup, but over here the candles have no momentum at all. Like literally the candles are very small, as you can see. So the reason for entry is because here you can see it was a strong over here. Over here, if you see, it was a strong trend line. It had, if I take out the tool, the circle, over here you can see it had one touch point over here, and then it had one touch point over here, and over here it had one touch point, and then over here if you see, it rejected off of the trend line, which was beautiful confirmation. If this candle closes as an engulfing candle over here, this candle should close as an engulfing candle. That is when, that's when this trade is gonna head to the take profit. I have hit a very big target over here, that is like 1:6, 1:7 risk to reward ratio, which I want to write till there. But the trade, hopefully it goes till there. Hopefully it has such a strong momentum. And if you see the stop loss and take profit, I have risked 0.09 USD to make 0.64 USD, which is a very good risk to reward ratio. And as you can see now, the account is at 63.7 rupees. Because of that loss we got onto ADA USD, that was a 18-19 rupees loss. If you want me to show the order bracket, we go over here, and over here you can see we had a minus 20 USD thing. So this is a shareable link. I'll update you guys soon. Trade update, guys. As you can see, we entered this trade on XRP USD, and the trade took us out at break even. I entered the trade because of this uh, break of this trend line over here, as you can see, and my take profit was set on the top. And if you see here, we drew a beautiful support zone, and the price went up from that support zone. Over here, if you see, it bounced up from the support zone. I thought the price would have a small retracement and then bounce back up, but it took us out at break even over here, and the price just failed to go higher, even though if it broke out the new structure. I thought it would go higher from here, but then it never went higher. It took us out at break even. It wicked us. Now it's back in profit again, which is kind of sucks, but then that's the part of the game. You can't do anything. And if we go to ADA USD, here you can see that the trade unfortunately broke us, took out the bearish trend, and now it is back in profit. Let's just put back the EMAs. I don't know where it vanished. One is the 200 moving average. The other one will be the 20 EMA 20, and let's just change this to red. Done. And now let's just change back the 200 to black. Yeah, so this yeah, so here you can see the market was under the 200-day moving average, which formed a bearish trap, and now it went back up. Here it's forming a new trend line. So here is forming a new trend line. Once this trend line gives a breakout, I'm gonna enter the trade, guys. I am gonna enter the trade. This also has a fair value gap, as you can see. Oh, where's the middle line? Let's just add the middle line. It is on. Okay, it's white. That's why it's not seen. My bad, bro. Let's change that to black. And here you can see it has a fair value gap. That is beautiful. The price can wick into the fair value gap and then give a beautiful breakout. So I'm just gonna hide this short. 1 second. Hide. Yeah. So here you can see the price has given a beautiful structure formation again. So if I take the trend based fib extension and I extend it, I'll change this color to black, and here, yeah, here you can see the ratio, the important ratio is slightly below the fair value gap. The 0.618 and the 0.5 are slightly below the fair value gap. So my entry will be slightly there, breakout. When it hits the thing and breaks out, I'm gonna take the entry. Let's just remove this trend. Yeah, so I'm gonna set my take profit over to this highest point. I'm gonna try to ride the trade till there, right? So my entry will be somewhere over here, and I'm gonna try to ride the trade all the way till this high right over here. And let's see how this trade plays out. Yeah, let's wait and watch. So guys, here I've planned my entry. As you can see, actually I wanted to take an entry slightly below. 1 second, let me just, yeah. So I wanted to take the entry over here. I thought it will form a deeper wick, and I thought of taking the entry, but then in a split second, the market just moved up so bad. I got a bad entry. I wasn't able to snipe an entry, but that's totally fine. If I go on to the 15-minute now, over here, I'm gonna put my stop loss in the recent swing. That's fine. Okay. This is gonna be my stop loss right over here, slightly above in the 200-day moving average. I'm gonna place my stop loss because the FVG is there. We are safe. This is an A plus setup over here. I'm gonna just add my stop loss over here. Let's just Control V and update. Done. Now I'm gonna add my final take profit also. 1 second. Okay, this isn't working. Let's just refresh. Okay, it's refreshed. Let's just add our stop loss again. Let's just copy the price. Copy price. Now go down and stop loss Control V. And now I was not able to snipe the perfect entry, but I was kind of, I got there. So I'm just gonna improve on this. And one thing I learned on this ADA trade was that the overall trend was still not bearish, and basically when it went under the 200-day moving average, I just entered because of one thing, that is because my 200-day moving average, the price was under that, but the overall trend the last few days was still in a bullish pattern, which is why I lost that trade. If I had checked that first, I wouldn't have lost that trade. I would have entered a beautiful sniper entry from the 200-day moving average till the top. I would have made another what? I could have sniped the full move and made another extra move, but that's fine. So let's just wait and see what happens to this trade, and I'll give you guys an update. So guys, market update. As you can see, we got out on a trailing stop loss on the ADA USD trade. We managed to capture a 1:7.7 trade on this, and my actual target was 1:5 point something, but we got on a trailing stop loss on a 1:7.7, which is not at all bad, considering that we are back at break even, which is we're actually 2 rupees in profit, which is not at all bad. And yeah, this was a beautiful trade. As soon as I entered, you can see I could have optimized my entry a bit more. I could have entered right over here. I would have got another another 1 rupee profit, but we'll work on our entries. So let's just go through our trades today. So first, today we started off with a ADA USD trade. So guys, this was our first trade of the day, where I took a short on this because the price over here was under the 200-day moving average. That's the reason I drew a trend line over here, and the price broke through that, so I entered a short position. But unfortunately, as soon as we entered, the price straight went to our stop loss, and here actually I could have captured at least $1 today in profit, considering that the market formed a beautiful a beautiful trap over here. As you can see, the market gave a breakout over here. It invited all the shorts over here. Once it got all the shorts it needed, it then straight went to hunt their stop losses and then blasted up. When I would have seen this, if I had not entered this short over here, and I would have entered this long over here, when I would have seen this beautiful morning star formation over here, I could have entered a long right over here, which would have got me a beautiful risk to reward ratio today. If I had optimized on my strategy that way, I would have entered stop loss under the recent swing, 15%, somewhat over there, and my take profit would run all the way till where I got stopped out right now. That is over here. And with the same amount of lot, I would have captured a 1:6, that is almost 1 USD with what we traded today. But that's totally fine. This is the game of trading, where you will never know what happens. So yeah, this was our okay. Then the second trade we took was on XRP USD, where we got out at break even, and now the trade is running in profit after it took us out at break even. You can see that the trade is back running in profit. We got the entry here because it broke a beautiful strong trend line, and the price was taking support from this trend line over here, this zone. That's the reason we took a long over here, and we took the long a bit later because I hadn't seen this trend line, and once I saw this support, I took the trade. And after I took the trade, the price did go in my favor. It went 1/4 in my take profit, and then it just fell down. Took me out on break even right over here. It wicked us out, and then back now in take profit, forming a double top, which I mostly think will again fall down from here. And our third trade was again on ADA USD, which we just exited out of a trailing stop loss. I saw this beautiful move over here, and then as soon as I got a breakout on the 5-minute chart, I entered the trade, and you can see if my take profit was here, it would have hit my take profit in 3 candles. But since I wanted to ride this trade a bit longer, I had set a trailing stop loss, so here I got stopped out, not my take profit. If I had got out over here, I would have been above 100 rupees today, but that's totally fine. What I learned today was I learned how to control my emotions when I'm in a trade. If it was me 2-3 months ago and I looked at this big candle forming over here, I would have immediately exited the trade because I am scared of losing out on profits. Now I'm not emotionally attached to the profits or losses. I'm just concentrating on the percentage game. And if I show you my shared links of today, all the three. The first trade we took was this ADA trade, which went in a loss, as you can see over here. And the shared link of that is this. Yeah, this one. We lost 44% of our account. I mean, we lost a 44% of our trading capital in this trade on the short. As you can see, entry and exit. You can check these trades. You can use this QR code and you can check my trades. And then the next trade we took was an XRP USD trade, which was basically a break-even trade. If you can see here, we made a 0.01 realized PNL, which is equivalent to the fee I paid. So that's a break-even trade for me. And if you see, we made a 5% income on this. That was a 0.01 USD. And the third trade we took today was this ADA USD trade, which we got out at a 0.26 profit. And this is the shared PNL of this. As you can see, we made 76.15%. So on the day, we are still in profit. Even though it is a small amount, it is 2 rupees. We are still in profit. That is a good thing. As you can see, the account is back at 84 rupees. I will keep monitoring these charts, and in the next video I will try to take this 84 rupees to 160 rupees, trying to double my account, but keeping the risk management small. I try to capture big moves in the market. So this was today's trading journey, guys, turning 40 rupees into 10,000 rupees. And this was day 2. Stay tuned for day 3. There's gonna be some massive bangers and some massive explosions in the market, so stay tuned for that. I'll meet you guys in the next video. Till then, peace out.